Hello, what's up, good people? My name is Grace, and thank you so much for clicking. Now, today, as you can see from the topic, I just want to help you and help me of how we can just become normal eaters, because I know all of us at some point we have been victims of overeating. Guys, sometimes you eat and you wonder, is that me? Like, did I just finish that food? Was I that hungry, or there is something else at play? So today I just want to talk about mainly what can cause overeating shortly, then I'll tell you how to overcome, because I am not here to traumatize you guys. I'm not here to tell you how bad you have been doing, because I know you're here because you already know how bad you are doing. Okay, yeah. So I've been a victim of overeating. As you can see, I have some puffy, it's like most of my food comes here. I have some puffy cheeks, but the moment I realize it's like the way my food portions are getting out of hand, I usually pay attention to it and do something. So join me now from the topic, what is binge eating? Because basically overeating is like binge eating, whereby you sit down and you just say it's about to go down and you start eating without control. Have you ever been stressed and then you sit there and you put food in the plate and you're wondering, will I finish this? But you're like, I'm just going through so much, let me just eat. You know how people say no matter what, eat? Hey, you guys, sometimes you can be overeating because of stress and everything. So binge eating is basically a disorder that can be caused by daily life struggles. Okay, we are just talking about stress eating. Sometimes you could feel very, like, you say the day was hard already, let me just eat. And don't confuse just long-term overeating. Like, don't take overeating as a long-term solution for your problems. It can never be. Now, binge eating or overeating, binge overeating is basically characterized by eating large amounts of food or portions that make you so uncomfortable. Like, you finish eating, you're so full, you cannot wake up, you cannot do anything, and you wonder, why did I eat in the first place? Okay, and some people even go ahead and vomit to ease the situation in their stomachs. Now, this happens with kids, but you see, kids are small and they have no boundaries. But when you're a grown up, you can take charge of your eating habits. Okay, now, the moment you overeat, you start being anxious about how much you're eating. You have that feeling of guilt, and sometimes you're even embarrassed, especially in a social gathering. I know we all have that embarrassing moment where you order food and it is too much. You're a group of 5 people and you don't know what you will do. So after they eat, you start begging them to help you, or even before you start begging people to help you reduce your portion, because already it's too much and you don't know what to do. So to avoid such embarrassment, though sometimes it's not really about what people say, it's about your own health. You may end up overeating. But how do you overcome? There is always a solution for everything. That is it. Because sometimes overeating is a disorder. But if it is something which happens today and tomorrow, and you are aware of it and you're in charge, it's not yet a disorder. But if you can eat like that for a week, for a month, then there is a problem. Because the more you eat, it doesn't matter you're eating because of stress or anything. At the end of it, you will have a lot of calories in your body. You will gain weight, and now usually we gain weight very fast than we lose it. So that's what overeating does, and that's why people suffer obesity. I know you know that, especially not really in my country, but in some Western country. Even in my country, we have people who are obese, and it is as a result of overeating. So though sometimes people say it's genetic and everything, but I understand it could be because of overeating. Now, let me jump to the solutions. How do you overcome overeating? Step number one to your healing of this disorder is becoming aware that you are binge eating or you're overeating, and just being self-aware. You know, the beginning of change is when you accept and acknowledge that I am in this situation. So being self-aware, you consciously start working towards it, but you cannot start working towards it if you are in denial. So once you are aware that it's true, I'm overeating, declare that you will change. I declare that I'm going to change. I'm not going to be binge eating. I'm not going to eat recklessly and very large portions of food. So that's it. You have to accept that this is what is happening and I have to deal with it. Number 2, you need also to discover, find out what is the underlying cause and start working towards stopping the negative behavior. For example, most people stress eat, especially when you're stressed and you're depressed. You might just find yourself in the house, you lock yourself. Some people suffer from not eating at all, lack of appetite, and other people have a lot of appetite. So if you're stressed or depressed, if you're overeating, you need to be aware of that, and then you start working towards whatever you're going through. So maybe it's stress or a reaction from a craving. One thing I realized, even when I was pregnant, I realized that there are people who really crave very funny stuff, but craving is just a way of telling it's just a way your body is telling you that you're lacking iron, you're lacking potassium, and you're lacking this and this. So you start craving the foods which will give you that. So to avoid cravings, even for those who are pregnant and everything, to avoid cravings, make sure that you're eating balanced diet. And if you have no appetite for something, make sure you take supplements like for iron, take supplements for the things of the foods which you don't feel like eating. Just try your best to balance your diet with fruits, carbs, proteins, the fluids which you're supposed to take, and then make sure you do your iron supplements. Otherwise, you will start craving, and that's when you start eating junk, like a lot of chips. Tomorrow you want burgers, the other day you want chapati, etc. So avoid that. Identify the problem and what is causing the cravings which are leading you to eat a lot of junk. Be strict on yourself, like you are your own medicine. Even if you are binge eating and I come and tell you have to stop this, unless you make a conscious decision that you want to stop that, trust me, you will not. So you have to do that, because also the other cause could be low self-esteem. If you're a victim of binge eating for a very long time, most probably you have added weight and you don't know what to do about that. So usually what you're supposed to do is just discover where the problem is. Is it low self-esteem? You could decide to go for therapy. If you're in a position to take that, go for therapy and start working on the problems that are making you to overeat. Because honestly, binge eating is a disorder that arises from underlying behavior. Step number 3, you need to start now healing. After you discover, start healing the underlying cause of your binge eating. Now set a goal to go to work on your dreams. Like, even working on that disorder is also a goal. So just focus on your goals, set those goals. You can decide, I'm going to therapy. You can decide, I'm going to leave this toxic relationship which is stressing me, and now I have to eat a lot to cover that. Start looking for a new job if your working environment is toxic. Quit social media if that is what is giving you pressure. Like, if it is affecting your self-esteem, your self-love journey and everything, just identify. After you've identified, start your healing journey. Therapy works well. Talking to, accountability partners. Just find a way of getting out of the problem. Leave that job. Start looking. Before you leave, start looking for a job which you feel will not be toxic, or in an environment which you feel will be okay for you. So work on that, because before you know it, it can be very bad. If you continue staying in that relationship, you will continue stress eating. That is what I mean. So start working on that. Then number 4, work on healing your gut, because now the cravings which you're going through are as a result of some deficiencies in your body. So start doing that, healing your gut. One way is just ensuring that you eat balanced diet. Find ways of detoxing, maybe using green smoothies, fruits, vegetables. Just start detoxing your body. Ensure that you're eating food which is full of fiber, so that you can feed the microbes which are in your system, which will make sure everything is balanced in your body. So make sure that your body has some minerals, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, some fiber, antioxidants like eat berries, anything that will make sure that you detox, do that. Okay, because antioxidants, for example, will help your brain functionality, and also will balance your hormones. Because you guys, even when you're in your period, on your period as a woman, you find that sometimes it can be chaotic, and that's when people develop cravings. You want chocolate, you want ice cream, you want chips, you want burgers, and within 3 or 4 days you could just eat badly. And you see, women have very few days when their hormones are in place. So healing your gut and having antioxidants in your diet, not having foods which have antioxidants, like basically you're trying to balance your health system and your gut, healing it, and with that you reduce the cravings. So we are still working on the root problems. We have identified, we are working on it, and now you need to start healing your gut. Intentionally decide, I'm going to take a smoothie every morning. So by the time hormones decide to mess with you, you have met the cravings and the diet you're having is balanced. There is a video, I'm going to attach it, whereby it talks about the things, the foods you should include in your diet around your ovulation time and your period, so that your balance your hormones don't mess you up. So you can check this video. Okay, yeah, so basically that's it. Avoid processed foods because they trigger chemicals in your brain. Processed foods, I know we know them, fries, we know burgers, we know bread, all those things. Avoid them because they trigger chemicals in your brain which will want more. Next time they want the same thing. So make healthier substitutes. Apart from, instead of eating something like potato crisps, you can decide to eat plantain crisps or arrowroots or sweet potato crisps, like anything that can substitute whatever you are craving. That will be good. So, but trust me, healthy juices and smoothies are very good. They replace cravings for soda, for some of these dairy products you crave for, they will stand in. Then finally, create habits. Now you have dealt with the problem, you have started healing your gut. Now you have to come up with a schedule and you create habits which are going to help you overcome the negative behavior and thinking which is in your mind. So, for example, you have to create healthy eating habits. Those are some of the negative behaviors which those are some of the negative things that you can incorporate in your diet if they have been brought about as a result of negative things happening in your life. So create habits, like you wake up in the morning, instead of having tea, you can decide to have a smoothie. The green one, I know they are not tasty, but they are very good. Also, you can start affirming yourself. You wake up in the morning, do some exercise, do some stretching, pray, read your Bible, whatever you do through mindfulness, or whatever you do mindfully in the morning to calm your nerves down and just put things in order in your brain and your body, do that. And then just put a video or a podcast, whatever will bring positive affirmations in your life. Do that. When you feel like you want to binge eat, get some positive affirmations about your health and everything, listen to them. Then focus on your goals and dreams. If you have decided I'm eating healthy, make sure you do that. And have accountability partners. It could be your spouse, your children. Yeah, children can be lethal. They can be brutal, when they are telling you some of these things. But if you tell them, when you see me doing this, please tell me, then they will help you into that. So be gentle with yourself. Change does not come in a day. But trust me, change is as good as a rest if you implement it in the right way. So that's it, guys. I'm with you. Let me know how you overcame binge eating and how you normalized your eating habits. And you can share some of the things which I've not said in this video, which really helped you become a normal eater. Bye bye, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.